welcome to your midweek dose of the WrestleSlam podcast, which of course is the only place for your news, your reviews, your booze, and who's house. Gents, how are we this evening?
It's all good.
So good,
man. It's all good,
man. Well, hey.
Still catching up on season 4.
Better Call Saul. I need to watch that actually.
Nearly finished it though.
Are ya?
More episodes left.
I need to start. Well, I watched Breaking Bad, but I need to watch Better Call Saul. So
that's awesome.
Cool. So as always, we are joined by the one, the only Booker G 5 times. And we know he's on the payroll for TK and VK. It's our good friend, confidant, and informant. It's Phil Meltzer. So lads, busy all week for the old wrestling again. We're loving all of this activity and what's going on over here and what's going on over there. There's lots going on everywhere. So we're going to kick straight in with the news. So we have a few bits of news. Obviously, we all know the big elephant in the room that's been floating around since Monday night. That there was a bit of a kerfuffle at Monday Night Raw over at WWE, where Sasha Banks and Naomi walked out of the broadcast. So it's kind of hard to pass judgment on this because there's just so many tales been spun at the moment. The process and how they're coming out in very quick succession is very interesting to kind of witness. There's definitely more to this than meets the eye. But bottom line that there's a lot of rumors floating around, but the kind of gist of it is that, as everybody knows, that they left the production on Monday night, it's Monday Night Raw, hello, and left their belts on Johnny L's desk, and off they went. Now, WWE released a statement very, very quickly after this, and everyone says that Corey Graves was been, fed lines to say through very, very unhappy higher-ups. Tell me, Phil, there's obviously a lot more to this. There's always 3 sides to every story. We've only kind of heard one. The way that there's a lot of stuff coming out from WWE and a lot of stuff has been leaked out from them that we've seen on kind of the dirt sheets. Are they trying to get in front of something to kind of put a negative spin on it first before the truth, we'll say, comes out?
Yeah, I can see that. Sasha Banks is known for this kind of, I suppose, behind the scenes thing. She'll deny it, but she definitely is known for causing shit, I suppose.
This is the way.
Yeah, isn't it? They're all saying, a lot of people were saying Naomi was kind of not blackmailed, but sort of hijacked into kind of going with her.
Well, her former tag team partner Ariane was saying that they said that she was, kind of coerced into it. But then it came to light today that Naomi's contract is due to expire soon. So this is what I mean by, are they putting a negative spin on, because Naomi's contract obligations were coming up. If she doesn't re-sign or, leaves her contract expire, where does that leave Sasha Banks? So it's kind of, there's definitely a lot that's up in the air. Darling, light of my life. Phil, not you, Phil. Hey! Tell me, considering the star power and quality that Sasha Banks brings, has she a right to kind of, as everyone keeps saying, take her ball and go home? Or should she eat the bullshit she's paid to eat?
It's a tough one. You're not involved in it. You're not in the situation. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It's just rumors. Nobody has the full scoop.
There is one thing I will say though, that they were presented the idea hours before the show, so they knew.
Yeah, but from what the reports were, the ideas, they kept coming with them with, they wanted to defend the tag team belts. The last time, the first time, that Sasha and Bailey had them, they lost them, a few weeks later at WrestleMania, and that's when she first took her ball and went home after that. So it was, they were going that route again, where they weren't only going to be defending the titles on the pay-per-view. Like, they were all going to be in singles matches apparently with Ronda and Bianca respectively. Like, so,
and both losing,
and exactly, both of them going to lose, and God knows when they would actually have the tag team title match again. I've said it from day one that they don't need us. They never needed the women's tag team titles. They could have had a secondary women's title outside of the Raw and Women's Championships, like an Intercontinental title version for the female talent that could go back and forth between the brands, because the tag team titles on the main roster and on NXT, like, there's no feuds there. It's all just people thrown together. Like, and who's left now? Shayna Baszler and Natalya and fucking.
Well, that's the problem on SmackDown.
And they're thrown together. I know they work together. They know each other for a long time. They worked AEW, and they've been around for a long time. Like, but they've never been a tag team on WWE TV. Carmella and Zelina Vega, Carmella and Zelina Vega broke up twice already, so they can't really put them back together again. So, what's left now for the women's tag team titles? Like, what's the point in even having them?
But here's the thing. Can you imagine how great the tag team division would have been if they let Naomi and Sasha run with it properly? I don't think there's two other better people who could represent the tag team division. They are pushing merch. They're super popular. Kids love them. They're both, extremely talented. Naomi now is like fucking, like, she can't be far off being a locker room leader. She's outstanding, and as agile as the next. And if anyone was going to take that women's division to the next, it's them. But they care about it, but the people who should care about it don't. And like, so there's definitely more going on behind the scenes. So I don't like this whole, this the second time now Sasha's done it, you know what I mean? Because again, we don't know the full story, because even though the last time after WrestleMania when she done it, she said herself she just had enough. She was getting lost in the product and, forgetting everything else outside of it. And I think then when you put so much heart and soul into something and then it's just kind of like shat all over, like I'd probably be inclined to go fuck the lot of you as well. Did
you watch Vince Russo's latest podcast, do you think?
No, I haven't had the pleasure.
No, it's just I do, because I don't watch Raw and he gives me the highlights.
Okay.
So he was just saying every wrestler has the right, because they're independent contractors, to do what.
Well, this is it. Yeah, exactly. So if they're exercising the right, fab.
Yeah, more power to them, like, for walking out, making a stand. Like, I have no problem with that, because I walked out of many jobs, and never went back to them, like, because they were shit, like, and they treated us like shit. So, if you're in a job like that right now and you feel like you can walk out. There's other jobs out there. You don't have to fucking stay around and take shit off anybody. Life's too short for that crap. Yeah. But at the same time, it is what they said in the statement. It's a scripted show. They had everything planned out for, they walked out just before the show went live. So, there's arguments to both sides, and until we find out the truth, we can't really, speculate on it. Like, and we just know Vince McMahon doesn't respect tag teams. He doesn't want to pay, it's 4 paychecks instead of 2 paychecks when it's a tag team match. So, at the end of the day, this is the first time, like, we say, between like RK Bro and the Usos, like, that tag teams have been featured on main event segments in WWE for a long time, so heavily featured, because Roman's not in the, he's not defending the titles, and he's not going to be the main person for the next few pay-per-views, whatever way things are looking. So,
the big question is, now do they take the belts off them?
And give them the who, though? That's the problem. I'm saying, like, there's only 2 other female tag teams in the main roster. Like, there's nobody else. So what are they going to do with them?
But they're not even established tag teams.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Dewdrop and Nikki Ash aren't even really a tag team
yet.
Lost
last week,
and they could be fab.
Yeah,
they could actually be fab. Especially considering like Clash of the Castle coming up. You know what I mean? That would, imagine, like, you need a lot of homegrown talent to get that over, because it's going to be deafening when the homegrown talent comes out. Yeah. So, look, we'll see what happens, but it's frustrating. But look, we'll hang tight and see what else is coming out. I cannot wait to hear from us, because there's definitely more layers to this onion, no doubt.
I feel sorry for Jimmy, though. She's married to Jimmy Uso, isn't it?
Yeah, why?
It was like she's at home after walking out. Yeah. Her contract's coming up and he's involved in the main event of the next pay-per-view, you know, it's going to be really awkward, like with Roman gone. And it would be, of course it would.
Love, not been funny now, right? Jimmy and Naomi now, right? And myself and yourself, right? Mm-hmm. Do I just come up to you all of a sudden and just say this is after happening, or do I bitch about it for weeks until it does, and then something eventually happens and you're like, oh, here we fucking go?
Well,
it's not just going to be.
When you leave a job and I can't go there and buy a coffee or anything, go near the place again, you know.
Wouldn't darken their door.
See what I mean?
I won't darken their fucking door. I let you know before. Anyway, it doesn't matter, right? Anyway, so moving swiftly on, what I fix my do. Mentioned just there, Clash of the Castle. There was a frenzied pre-sale yesterday for this, and a second pre-sale. Oh, my eye. Sorry, something did to my eye. And a second pre-sale today. A second pre-sale today. We were lucky enough to secure tickets for September. Delighted. Flights are booked, tickets are booked, accommodation is booked. We are coming for you. So yeah, interesting price scale with the tickets as well. Ooh, child. So they were ranging right up like $4,500.
Also, as well, our good friends Inside the Ropes have a code.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it? There's a few codes. Yeah, a few pre-sale codes. We've got Clash, we've got all WWE. Progress have one as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's quite a lot going around. So like, you know, get in and get your tickets. I presume everything else is just going to go on general sale tomorrow, but thankfully we were able to secure tickets. Delighted for that. And if you're coming along, lads, gents, boys, girls, whoever, if you're coming along in September, drop a comment below, let us know. Let's try and maybe arrange a little bit of a meet up and have a little bit of bants before we head in. I think that would be a good crack to meet up with some of you as well. And, you know, share the knowledge and share the wealth. Speaking of share the wealth, don't forget, Manscaped WrestleSlam, 20 is your code, get 20% off and shipping for nothing. Guys, after Clash at the Castle, I was talking about our homegrown talent, right? And Edge has been stirring the pot with the rumors. Edge loves dropping a good story now and then on the old Twitter machine, doesn't he? And yesterday we had Tommaso Ciampa's picture, that's what I meant, tweeted. And today we had the one and only Paige on Edge's Twitter. Now, can you imagine if Paige is behind the scenes working her ridiculously talented arse off and turns up as a member of the Judgment Day stable?
It would be.
I kind of lose my mind.
It would be very interesting. I would never saw it coming.
No, right? Isn't it amazing? And like, oh my God, could you imagine? Not being funny. Imagine the four of them coming out to at Clash in the Castle as well. That would just be great. I'd love it if it lasted that long. Now we know how we are with stables. We'll either flat them into the ground or 2 weeks later they're gone. Someone will turn on someone and you're not my friend anymore for the last 10 minutes. But yeah, I think that would be really, really cool. But we love our Edge stirring the pot and keeping our interest peaked. Moving swiftly on, lads, careering into last night's episode of AEW Dynamite, we had our jokers appear in the Owen Hart tournament for the quarterfinals. Tell me now, we had two jokers come out. We had them in, right? There seemed to be a bit of confusion in the crowd.
Yeah.
Right? Just a tad of confusion. Darling, tell me, Johnny Elite.
There was confusion not in the crowd, it was confusion on the production team as well, because they put up, what was the production team? No, they're actually on Twitter that it was Johnny Gargano is here on Twitter, and they tagged him in it. On the tweet, they're like, shit. But yeah, Johnny Elite. I'm not sure if the name has the same ring a bell, you know, as Johnny Nitro or, you know, Johnny Mundo or whatever he calls himself in Mexico. Like, but Johnny Elite, I don't think he hasn't got a graphic yet on Twitter, so I'm not sure if he's actually signed him.
Oh, I read earlier that he's just coming and going.
Yeah, the door's open for him. Yeah,
Johnny Elite. Yeah, it can definitely confuse people because when Johnny come up, everybody went nuts in the crowd, and it was like Johnny Gargano, and then he come out, and it was loud. But when Johnny Elite popped up before he came out, it was here, and it came down to about here. It was still a loud pop, and he got a great pop, and it's good to see him getting on TV again because you know how good a worker he is. I wasn't gone on the match though. You know, as you know, both of them have 20, 30-year careers behind them, like, so there was a bit, you know, it was a bit patchy in parts, like, you know, and they were talking to each other very loudly. You could hear them calling spots.
Which is really weird because the crowd were very hot.
Yeah, they were, but you know, I don't know what it is, as the camera's too close to some of the wrestlers, and you know, and not just in AEW, it happens in WWE.
I think there's actually mics underneath the ring.
Sometimes it just picks up, like even last week on NXT, like Natalya and Cora Jade, there was in a spot and she just went, knock me off, like, and she elbowed her, knocked her off the thing, but it was like the camera was right on her face. It's like, you know, when the camera's that close to you, you shouldn't be talking that loudly, like, so I'm not sure if that's the case with AEW as well, like, but overall, like, you know, he lost the match. Obviously he's not going to be around every week, like, but Samoa Joe to the final in this tournament all day long for me.
Should be. Phil, Maki Ito.
I actually really like Maki Ito. I just think that if you just tuned in to watch this show and you saw it, you'd be like, I don't know who she is.
Yeah.
Like, and she tried to kind of get this, she's this Britney Spears kind of pop song things going. I just don't, it might work in Japan. I just don't think it works in the mass audience.
Yeah, kind of like K-pop or something, you know, and it's just, it's not as, I think, well, maybe as well in the States, we all know how like BTS are like huge in the States as well, but to us it's kind of like, you know, we're indifferent because it's just the exposure here isn't as much there. So like, you know, I'm sure for a lot of people really popped for it and we're really, really happy to see her. But I just think that, you know, because like riding the crest wave of like surprises before, I just think people were probably expecting, you know, who did we say?
Candice LeRae or
I know, God, clear. Jesus, she's barely fucking.
I know, but like I'm just saying, like, you know, people who would have, you know, been a surprise, like who's never been in AEW before, like, you know, she has been in AEW before. She was there for a good bit before she went back to Japan. Like, so
I would have actually loved is Rachel Ellering, but that was just me.
Yeah, would have been no harm. Yeah, do you know?
Definitely not Tessa Blanchard.
No.
Oh no.
Definitely not.
Or Chelsea Green might have been good as well, though.
Yeah. Actually, that's not a bad call, to be fair. Some high points from last night, definitely, guys. The build, I believe, for Adam Page and CM Punk is after leveling up a bit. It's after stepping up a bit of a gear. You know, I don't know about you guys, but I felt it a bit more after Dynamite. I think it's going to be good. I know we have our doubts. I'm sure a lot of people have their doubts about how this is going to go and things like that, but I definitely felt it after this. I think it's going to be a banger.
And shout out as well to both lads in that match, was just outstanding.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I will not say his name. There is absolutely
I'm the same. I can't pronounce it. So
no, Jerry was like looking how. Yeah, exactly
Takeshi.
Right. And that is definitely not what I was saying. 100% that is
spelled differently, but it's Takeshi.
Yeah, I know, but you know, the way you look at something, you say it literally.
In fairness, though, he was fucking unreal. Like, and he's only 26.
I know,
Since he was 16 years old. And
Unreal.
You know what, 6'3", 6'4", like, and he can move like a fucking like a cruiserweight. He looked great, like. So I know that's not his first match. He had a match on Rampage, I think, a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago.
Yeah. So he looks fucking tasty, like. So I don't know if he's around for a while. Like, they're just, you know, trickling in Japanese talent, you know, leading up to.
Don't they have like a deal now with DDT or something?
Yeah. But like they seem to be every week now. There's going to be Japanese talent coming on, like, you know, and trickling in before Forbidden Door, like, so just to give people a taste of what's to come.
Yeah, no harm. It's great to see. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But banger of a match, and absolutely that gentleman who shall remain nameless, outstanding. Do you know, fair play to him. Moving on from that, then, lads. We had Swerve and Keith Lee and versus
how over were Swerve and Keith Lee.
Oh my God, literally that was my next point. I was like that place was hot for them. It really, really was. And do you know what? You'd forgetting all this hullabaloo, right? I know they've set up now like the triple tag match, right? But you'd forgetting this hullabaloo how good Christian is on the mic.
Yeah.
He's so well spoken, isn't he? Oh my God, that's just his experience just exudes
100%
through his presentation. It's unbelievable.
Ricky Starks is totally pulling off a whole old Rocky vibe though. Like,
God, lad.
Even some of the fucking insults to bronies and stuff, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
But he has something. Like, I think Ricky Starks is one of the future stars of AEW if he stays there. Like, he's got, you know, he can talk. He's got a good look. Like, you know, tag team division, you know, get him in that for a while, like, and let him run with it for a while and see how he gets on. Like, but I can see him, you know, being in the main event picture in the next year or so. Like, he's got it. He's got it pretty much everything he needs to go. Like,
he's pretty good, yeah. And a TNT title run wouldn't be
no harm.
All day long. Yeah. Give it to him.
He has the looks, he has the skill, he has the physique. Just not everybody has it. Hey, not everybody has it, and he has it. Nobody can ever tell you what it is, but he has.
Was it like you're going to get it?
That's it. You're going to get.
We'll put him in in a year or so if he's face or Chris Jericho's back in his face. Put him in a nostalgia kind of thing with him and Jericho, like, you know, on the Rock and Jericho's first appearance on Raw, like that kind of.
Yeah.
That done something similar to that kind of vibe where, like, you know, they're like, who in the blue hell are you?
Doesn't matter. Yeah, I agree. I think that would be unreal. Leading from that, lads. Again, just another highlight of this. The MJF and Wardlow segment. Like, can this get any better?
Yeah, it was great.
Like,
it really was good.
Like, just when we think it can't get any better, it just goes and just blows us all out of the fucking water. Like, it's so good. Wardlow. Talk to me about Wardlow.
What's there left to say about him? Like, he's the man.
Oh, lads, he has to go over.
Oh yeah, he will.
I hope so.
Oh, I know, but you know, when you're like, I still have the phrase.
I can't wait for the cage match next week.
Oh,
poor Sean Spears is going to get fucking destroyed, and I'm sure, like, you know, MJF's the referee, so I feel. I remember back when Austin and McMahon, I can't remember who Austin was facing, like, but
don't even say it.
Yeah, well,
don't even say it.
I'm going to say it. That McMahon, the only way Austin would win was with McMahon's hand. So he started him and grabbed his hand and went 1, 2, 3. I think that's the only way they're going to win that match next week. He's going to knock him out. He's going to say something.
We love shenanigans on the WrestleSlam podcast. We love shenanigans.
Or else just throw MJF against the cage and the cage can break.
Or Wardlow and Sean Spears shake hands. And then it was me all along, and then come here, I supported your idea now, all right? Better or worse, sickness and in fucking health, remember, all right?
Careful now, our key demo graphics on the 18 to 33-year-olds, if you remember last week's episode.
Christ, not even our own demographic. So anyway, moving swiftly on. I want to see them shake hands and that there's a big ploy against MJF, because that would be about right, because everybody's against him. Everybody's against MJF because he's better than you, and you know it.
I wouldn't shake MJF's hands after last night. You see the fake tan all over them.
There was a shout out to MJF's tan. Oh my God, when your hands are darker, when the palms of your hands are darker than the rest of your body, that is a talent that I have acquired very, very quickly. Bit of bleach, MJF, with a bit of water will take that right off. Or Bondi Sands, shout out, give us some money. Remover.
No sponsorships,
from Bondi Sands, no.
Sally Hansen, maybe, you know.
No, Bondi Sands, their tan remover is fabulous. Just tell me now, Bondi Sands is the only one that I've actually found is good. We're getting off track. Bondi Sands, I love your remover. Bondi Sands, I love your remover. Brackets for the Owen Hart tournament as well, guys. We've got Kyle and Riley, two friends, Kyle O'Reilly.
Samoa Joe.
Ray Phoenix.
I went totally blank. I was like, what was I going to say? Yes, exactly. No, I'm just saying after Kyle O'Reilly and Ray Phoenix, which was a banger, by the way, absolute banger. Moving on to the brackets, you think Samoa Joe's taking this?
Oh, well, him and Adam Cole in the final.
Yes.
I tweeted there a while ago that, you know, back in NXT, it was nearly a year ago, whenever Joe was the enforcer for Regal, O'Reilly and Cole had their feud, and you know, he couldn't do anything. Samoa Joe couldn't touch anybody until he was provoked. Remember, they had the fight backstage, and then Joe choked out Adam Cole, and we never got their feud. We never got a match between the two of them ever. So this is like a year in the making of finally getting a feud between Cole and Samoa Joe. So
yeah, sure, Joe was released, wasn't he? So
yeah, he was champion, and you know, they all had the, you know, the 5-man or 6-man with Killer Cross before Joe got the title, like, but he never had that one-on-one match with Adam Cole. So a year in the making.
Defo, lads, you know, I think that would be good. Are you in agreement, Phil?
Yeah, 100%. The only thing I'm not a fan of, what I was reading online, is that they're going to be given a belt.
Yeah, another belt.
But I thought it was the cup. You know what I mean? It was called the Owen Hart Cup, remember?
Yeah, apparently there's pink and black belts made.
Oh, I heard. Yes.
But as not for defending, though, is it just like a
like that Braun Strowman belt? That
a Royal Rumble belt, like, you know, something for the
like Andre the Giant thing, like, you know.
I can't imagine they'll be defending it like every week or anything. No.
Surely not.
It would defeat the whole point of the tournament.
On the flip side, then we have the women, guys. We have Red Velvet versus Chris Statlander. I find this one a hard one to call, because on the other side, then we've got Tony Storm and Britt Baker.
That should be the final.
That should have been the final.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same, to be honest. You know, that would have been a great, because there's a nice build up to that at the moment, you know.
Well, if anybody read the spoilers for Rampage, we know who won that match.
No spoilers, because I was dying to say something this evening. Jerry was like, we can't give any spoilers, and I'm boasting. So next week I'll be boasting, and I'll say it then as well. So yeah, there was just lots. I'm just saying that there's a common denominator. That is all I will say. So anyway, is Britt Baker walking away with this?
No. Yeah. Only Storm loves winning cups. I think
our tournaments. I think if Adam Cole and Britt Baker win, you'll never hear the end of it.
We won't, but like, I come here. I'm as big a fan of Britt Baker as the next person, but are we giving her too much? Like, what's everyone else fighting for?
Oh no, I'm just saying, I hope they don't both win.
Oh yeah,
they'll end up being a power couple who won everything. It's like, you know, people get sick of them. Like, you got sick of Sammy and Taya
very quickly, like, you know, who are not on telly.
You know, exactly. Yeah, well, I think
they weren't on telly last night.
Maybe Rampage, I'm not sure. But nobody likes couples on wrestling. It just doesn't work.
No.
It's Macho Man and Randy Savage.
And yes.
Macho Man and Elizabeth.
Fucking yes.
That's the only time
that is it.
Work as
only.
You know, a genuine couple, like,
yeah.
Other than, like, you know, Sherry and Shawn Michaels. They weren't a couple, like, so
Luna.
And Triple H and Stephanie as well.
Yeah. But, like,
but they were the authority, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because of her,
yeah,
because her connection, you know what I mean? So that drew instant heat. You know, but just putting two people together and just turning them both heel, they don't need to be in each other's company.
Look what happened, you know, Seth and Becky, you know.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that was horrific. Fucking horrific. Moving on then from that, guys. Jericho Appreciation Society and the Blackpool Combat Club had a nice face-off. Jericho and William Regal, over 20 years, lads, they've had beef. Over 20 years, they've been having beef. So yeah, oh mate, come here. That brought a whole new meaning to Aquafresh, you know what I mean? So yeah, so Jericho pissing in William Regal's tea, as we all recall very fondly, and then William Regal shoving Jericho's toothbrush up his hole.
Bottom.
Yes, it's very proper here, but it was up his arse.
I just wish they had the rights to War Games and he was standing in the ring and War Games.
Like, I mean, we need to hear that again. Do you know, we need to hear that again for William Regal. I can see him finishing his career in WWE.
It's not a cage match, is it?
No, it's a gang war. It's a gang warfare.
They didn't have a cage match.
Yeah, no, Moxley shot down straight away the stadium stampede, which are always great crack, but you need an empty stadium or an empty arena for that, you know, you kind of do. So yeah, that's going to be an anything goes match, a double or nothing. Lads, the pot shots during this face-off were ridiculous. Like, they were something else, and there was a lot of the eye for an eye match. The good one. I nearly died. I was like, oh my God, I can remember the eye for an eye match on WWE, and you're just like dying a million deaths. So a lot of pot shots going on, and
dirty digs,
yeah, dirty deeds. That's what there was, a lot of dirty deeds. But you know what? It shows a lot of trust, I think, between the wrestlers that they allowed Jericho to go so far.
Yeah.
You know, so I think
I saw something there this morning. I don't know if it's true or not, but something happened with Eddie. Like, that wasn't part of the show. John Moxley got John Moxley got super upset with him. Might have been
that segment.
Might have been something to do with the leg thing.
Oh, after Rampage. Oh, that was no spoilers. Won't tell what happened.
Oh,
No spoilers, but like John Moxley was fuming at Eddie Kingston.
Oh my God!
I'll have to read more into it, but we won't spoil it.
He just left him there, left him. He wouldn't help him.
Oh, we'll see what comes out about that. There's definitely probably more to it. You know yourselves, we all kind of fly off the handle, and then afterwards we're like that chihuahua that you see in the memes that has the sunglasses on and the scarf and says, you know, you went too far, now you just got to style it out.
Yeah.
We hope he's okay anyway.
That's the main thing.
We won't say who he is, but we hope he's okay.
Oh my God. You know what you're like? You know when someone says, now don't look behind us, and then someone goes, that's who you are. Like, no, we won't say too much, but like, look where, there. You know, I swear, it's you.
Well,
so anyway,
I'm not spoiling anything. I don't want to be one of those people who spoils it.
You're the mom who has the present underneath the Christmas tree that you swore you weren't getting. You're not getting it. Then you watch him open it. That's you.
Okay, I'll spoil it. So.
Stop now, getting all off track, and you're making me be laughing. Anyway, you're making me be laughing, right? It's my grammar. So anything goes for double or nothing. Phil, you good with anything goes for double or nothing?
Yeah, it's perfect. It's a feud ender, hopefully.
Yeah, that should be it then. Carnage, because this has elevated quite a few of them, so hopefully we'll get some good feuds out of it, yeah, and some internal angst as well in the Blackpool Combat Club.
No, Wheeler Yuta though. I'm not sure where he was.
He's in New Japan fighting in the cup.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the junior, yes.
Yeah, the cup, yeah.
Speaking of being away, before we finish up, we just want to pass on a huge congratulations to Steve Savage and his new fiance, Random, right? We're on the old Facebook, Random, and like we were just scrolling through as you do. I seen Steve Savage on my newsfeed down in one knee in New York, and I was like, fuck, that is Steve Savage. Did to propose to his fiancée, Shannon, I think her name is. Guys, congratulations. What a setting in the middle of Times Square. So many happy returns. Enjoy it, and every best wish. Isn't that nice?
When is going to be
Savage. Fucking savage. It's going to be unreal. So congrats, guys. It's nice to finish with nice news, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think so too.
Oh, New York. Steve had his first match in America as well last weekend, so.
And now he has his second match for life.
Oh.
Love. All about the love, lads. So that wraps up another episode of the WrestleSlam podcast for the middle of the week with all your news, reviews, boos, and who's hoes. So for myself being Sensational Queen Lizzie, himself being Booker G 5 times, and of course, our scandal scoundrel himself, the one who finds out everything for us and passes it on. All it takes is a $5. It's our one and only Phil Meltzer. So guys, from all of us here at WrestleSlam, have a fantastic rest of your week, rest of your day, whatever you are up to. And don't forget WrestleSlam 20 for 20% off and free shipping at Manscaped. Keep her trim, keep her tidy, keep her visible. Guys, have a fabulous week. Take care from us. Bye.